seen a lot of people who are in distress that are like needing to sell their property. They're not sure of what decisions they should make as far as this being so new, especially falling behind on their mortgage. There's a lot of pre-foreclosures, a lot of tax liens. And people don't know or like aware, not I want to say not educated enough, but they just don't know, unfortunately, that like, hey, if your property is sold in a tax lien, there may be some type of wiggle room where you can then, kind of make up those payments to that new owner in order to get your property back. Or if you're going into a pre foreclosure and the property goes to auction, that's it. Even if you still live there, then that new owner will evict you, and you don't receive any money rather than working with someone like myself.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Erica, and today I'm excited to have Sunday McIlwain with me. She's been making serious moves in the residential real estate investing space. Sunday, I'm glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you for so much for having me, Erica.
I think our listeners are really going to love what you're doing. So, I want to jump in quickly here. Sunday, can you share more about your journey to real estate investing? What inspired you to get started?
Yes, so I was in college. My parents just had passed away. Well, my mom passed away when I was 20 in my sophomore year, and my dad had already passed away when I was 14, when I was in the ninth grade. Um, I was struggling as far as what path did I want to go on post graduation. And graduate school wasn't playing in the cards. I wasn't getting accepted, even though I had over a 3.0 average, which is kind of yearning for something new. And I was getting ready to make like $17,000 with my current degree that I was earning. So I said, this is not enough. What can I do to earn money without my parents physically being here? 3 o'clock in the morning, kind of like in this depression mode, comes on TV. Hey, do you want to get started in real estate investing? And I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. And I went on and signed up for the free course and went on and completed everything they had to offer to get started in real estate investing. And 10 years this month have been the beginning of my real estate career.
Wow. That's really something. When you were getting started, was there a moment on your journey that was like a defining point, or you knew you really were going to stick with this? Because it's always hard starting something new.
Yeah. Well, thank God, like I was able to close my first deal in 73 days after starting that free class. So that was kind of like the turning point. Like, okay, yes, I can definitely make this a career. And then I just kept going. Like, I was in the Richmond, Virginia area. And I just kept marketing to people down there. I didn't have Black Girls Buy Houses yet, but I was just like writing on notebook paper, like, I want to buy your house. And people were actually calling me like, okay, what's your offer? And and then eventually I ended up moving back to DC, did some project management deals, And now I live in North Carolina, getting ready to do some more fix and flipping down here. So it just kind of just continue to move forward, progress. So I thank God for that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And to fast forward today's Sunday, what kind of opportunities are you seeing in the markets that you're in?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Seen a lot of people who are in distress that are like needing to sell their property. They're not sure what decisions they should make as far as this being so new, especially falling behind on their mortgage. There's a lot of pre-foreclosures, a lot of tax liens. And people don't know or like aware, not I want to say not educated enough, but they just don't know, unfortunately, that like, hey, if your property is sold in a tax lien, there may be some type of wiggle room where you can then, kind of make up those payments to that new owner in order to get your property back. Or if you're going into a pre-foreclosure and the property goes to auction, that's it. Even if you still live there, then that new owner will evict you. And you don't receive any money rather than working with someone like myself. And you can kind of get the value of your property out of it. Um, Try to move forward in a better situation rather than having a derogatory mark on your credit or your personal history saying that you have a foreclosure or a tax lien that was not satisfied. That can hinder you from doing a lot of other things, as far as like employment or trying to figure out another place to live. And then obviously, some of the homeowners are already struggling with money. It's going to be harder to find a new place to live. And so no one wants to be homeless. So I really urge people to please contact myself or someone like me and get your property sold rather than somebody else making profit on it. And on the back end, a lot of attorneys make that profit too. Um, and on top of all that, the banks don't want the house. They want the money. So try to make a deal before it's too late and things end up getting worse than they already are.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's your process for sourcing those deals? How do you find those distressed properties?
So it's kind of weird. It's kind of good, but weird that all this is public record. So I just kind of pick a county in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and dive in and say, okay, pre foreclosures, Baltimore County or pre foreclosures, DC. And the attorney law firm that is doing the foreclosed auction generally posts it right online to say, hey, on October 10th at 9 o'clock, this property will be for auction. So then that gives me a time like, okay, like I have to contact this person today and try to make a deal with them if they accept it and get it closed so they don't end up in that auction on the 10th. So yeah, so that's it's all public record. Everything is out there, but you have to keep up with the time because some like tax liens are every 6 months. Foreclosures are every week. In South Carolina, they do it once a month. So you just have to kind of figure out what each county's calendar is of how they're handling it. But it's all online.
Yeah, and sometime in these situations, you only have as little as 7 days to structure a deal. So, what strategies have you used to have a win there?
So from DC being my home state, I know a lot of realtors there that kind of help me as far as the comps and what buildings can be converted. That's kind of my background history of like the zoning and things back there. So it's much easier to do it for me in DC, but here like in North Carolina.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors. and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
It's more just doing the comps and doing your kind of doing at home homework to find out, okay, this is how much I can offer. Some people send pictures, or they send pictures from their property, or can tell me that, like, so I can assess the damages of their property. If they send pictures, then I can kind of evaluate how much damages, repairs need to be done, and what's the after repair value once it's finished and renovated, and then base my offer based on those numbers. So it's pretty simple. It takes about 30 minutes, hour tops, depending on how much information is around the property, how much property has been sold around that particular subject property. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Sunday, I'm sure as you know, every real estate pro has a moment where things get real. Maybe a deal goes sideways or you had to completely pivot your plan. Can you share one of those moments on your journey and what you learned from it?
Yes. So before the pandemic, this lady was really close to the foreclosure auction. We were really like down to the last like 2 hours to get something done. And the way I found her was my college has like the largest alumni in DC. So I would write on my letters like, "Hey, I'm a graduate of Virginia State University. I buy houses, yada yada yada." Right. So she was like, "Hey, my son went to Virginia State. I'm going through foreclosure. Can you help me?" So the situation was that I was able to. It was a short sale deal. I was able to get the money for her, but um, the cost, her mortgage that she owed, um was still like upside down on the value of the house. So I was not able to save her property then. She ended up, instead of going to the auction, she just went to the court and filed a bankruptcy. Luckily, from the pandemic on, the value of her property went up. So she was able to sell it to an investor out there somewhere, which I'm happy for. But I wasn't able to get that. So yeah, I totally had to pivot as far as like that last hour, as far as me and the buyer, what's what's your payoff? And it just didn't, the numbers just didn't make sense. And unfortunately, we were not able to help her in her situation. So that's just kind of one of it kind of sticks with me because her son went to school with me and we lived in the same dorm. So it just kinda always sticks in the back of my head, like, I wonder how are they doing now type of thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I know from us talking earlier that you want things to be a win and to help people in these situations. So
Right.
is there any prep work that you do going forward to help with it? Is it just sometimes, maybe the mindset that there's only so much you could do?
There is, well, I would say prep work as far as like, okay, when I call this person, how am I gonna speak to them? And sometimes I have to go back to my social work skills and kind of meet them where they are. Like, okay, I understand this person is probably in the worst situation that they ever been in their life. How can I reel them back in to calm them down, reassure them that everything is going to be okay? And then what's the solution? Because that's the main thing. Okay, like how can I save my mortgage, or how can I stay in my house? And sometimes that part of the job is not feasible, but there is money that the owner can walk away with to go start fresh somewhere new and work their way back up rather than starting from zero, or even more negatively if it affects their credit. I just kind of meet people where they're at. If they're receptive, if they're not receptive, then I'm like, good luck. Feel free to call me. If they change their minds, it's just kind of all up to the homeowner at the end of the day.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, absolutely. You talked about people starting from scratch. I'm sure there's people listening today that want to get in real estate and they're just starting from scratch.
Hmm.
If you were getting started in real estate today,
Yes.
having 10 years of experience, what would you be doing to build your business from the ground up?
I always tell people, get started, don't get a notebook. Go to the dollar store or wherever they have a sheet of paper for 25 cents and a pen. And if you have a phone, if your phone is on, you can write, you can start at your local neighborhood, your neighbors, that raggedy house that's around the corner from you. Leave a note, say, hey, I'd like to buy your house, and leave your phone number. And someone's checking the mail there, whether you see it or not. The phone numbers, also telephone numbers, also sometimes public record if you put in the address into Google. You call that particular person, say, "Hey, I would like to buy your house." And those things cost nothing. Sometimes in marketing things can cost thousands of dollars. But those are just like little things and kind of more personal when you actually call somebody or actually leave like a handwritten note rather than something that's printed because they actually feel like, "Oh, okay, like the person has to be around here somewhere, like if they left me a handwritten note." So I would definitely, I always tell people, you don't need much. Just start with a sheet of paper and a sentence, one sentence, and that's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah, and and I think there is something there with what you mentioned about, that when you're writing a note, it's that personal touch, and so much of real estate, is built on relationships.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. But starting from scratch, my thing is to, like, if you're at the bottom, there's no more going to the bottom. Their only way is up. So the beats what beats a failure? What, I don't even remember that saying anymore. I used to say it all the time. Nothing beats a failure but a try. So go ahead and try because like, okay, I did something to progress my life in some way, shape, or form. But if you did nothing, you know that you did nothing to do anything. Even if you do fail by trying, okay, you tried. But if you do nothing, then you already a failure. Yeah.
Another aspect that I feel like that mantra applies to is networking. People, have to, just go put themselves out there in order to build their network. For you, Sunday, what has been the biggest game changer for growing your network in real estate?
When I changed my business, I guess within the first 2 years, I was kind of just using my name, like, hey, I like to buy your house. They McIlwain and my cell phone number. So obviously I'm following the we buy houses type model. So I said, okay, how can I be different from we buy houses that will still gravitate people's attention? And that ended up being Black Girls Buy Houses, all from my favorite game show Lingo, where, hey, what 5 letters can match up 5, 6 letters that can match up with house or houses and, end up being Black Girls, and I was like, "Oh, that fits perfectly," and it has, like, a little jingle, "Let's do it." So I from that point on, I got a plastic corrugated sign, I think it was in Home Depot or something, and I just wrote on the board, yeah, "Black Girls Buy Houses" with my telephone number, and I got calls immediately. So it gravitates people's attention like, "Okay, so who is this? Who is this girl? And she buys houses? Okay, let's see if she can buy my house." So that was definitely a game changer, for me with coming up with that name because I don't know where I would be without it, honestly.
you know, it's very memorable too, but
Yeah.
I'm sure people see it and they're like, "Oh, who is that person? Oh, yeah, I remember."
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Like they don't know Sunday, but they know Black Girls Buy Houses.
And Sunday, what would you say is next on the horizon with all the experience that you've had with, being in Virginia, DC, North Carolina, what's next on the horizon?
And just continuing to grow my real estate portfolio, filling the needs of those who are facing foreclosure, because the number is steadily increasing, educating people whether they decide to sell or not, or if you want to get into real estate investing, like I do educational portions here and there. So please feel free to follow me to stay updated on that. But right now in North Carolina, I'm buying properties and fixing them up myself and just kind of building a portfolio for my daughter and showing her like, hey, this is what mommy has been doing for the last 10 years, even though she's 1.5. And hopefully she'll one day want to be a part of Black Girls Buy Houses or something in real estate. But if not, that's okay too. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm building right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's exciting. Well, if someone listening today wants to connect, reach out, or I know you have a webinar going on, what's the best way for them to reach you?
So they can stay informed on blackgirlsbyhouses.com or blackgirlsbyrealestate.com. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok sometimes. And our upcoming webinar is going to be build confidence to credit to real estate investing. And that's going to happen on October the 29th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So you can look out on Instagram for the registration link for all that. That will be probably up tomorrow. Yes, because we're going to start marketing for that now. So look out for that tomorrow on October the 8th for the registration link for the 20th.
Well, that's very exciting. Sunday, it's been great having you on, and I love the compassion that you've put into real estate, like helping others and also building that generational wealth for your family.
Thank you so much, Erica. It was good talking to you.
Same here. And for our listeners, if you got value from this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pros podcast. We've got more conversations lined up with experts like Sunday who are out there building fantastic real estate empires. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.